and welcome. How are we all feeling today? We are all aware that we react out of emotion instead of responding, and that causes a lot of issues. It brings a lot of impulsivity, a lot of emotional distress, and we become emotional, or we ignore the emotions and we think more practically. And there are three components of the mind: the wise mind, the emotional mind, and the practical mind. And we always want to operate out of the wise mind because the wise mind is open and warm to emotion, but also thinks logically and practically, is able to regulate things better, and is able to understand the emotions while understanding the severity of the circumstance. We really want to act out of our wise minds because our wise minds are what keeps us stable in our minds. It's what stops us from making too emotional decisions or being too logical about something, because you can be too emotional about something and you can be too logical about something. That's why you must use your wise mind, because your wise mind regulates everything, and it regulates between your emotional mind and your practical mind. So it's sort of like an in-between of the two that can bring both advantages together and create its own way of perceiving. Because the wise mind is how we learn, it's how we grow, it's how we respond better, how we internalize things better. Because if you're too emotional about something, then you're not going to see the severity of the situation. If you are too practical about something, then you're not going to see the pain or the hurt or the emotions felt, and you'll completely dissociate yourself from those emotions. So you see, we either act out of the wise mind, or we act out of practically or emotionally. And it's good to have a stability with an in-between so that you are able to respond in an empathic but also a logical and practical way. Your wise mind is something that makes you understand things in a different way, to perceive things more positively, and to be able to make good, well-informed decisions, and not to follow destructive habits or destructive thinking patterns. It's about having the ability to regulate your own mind. It's about having the ability to regulate your emotions, how you're feeling, and how you respond and internalize those emotions. The wise mind is balance. It's something that brings balance into your life. If you think through the wise mind, you will have balance in your life, because you are able to see things for what they are, appreciate them, process them, and then you are able to respond accordingly to the situation. And the wise mind is a balanced state of mind. So it doesn't go one way or the other. It's a consistent balance between the emotional mind and the practical mind. It brings balance between the two. So it combines the advantages of the positive of the emotional mind, and it combines it with the positive aspects of the practical mind. And the thing is, we often don't think from our wise minds. We often think in a way where we completely emotionally detached, or we are completely over emotional and we're not seeing things for what they are. So your wise mind helps you make good, well-informed decisions. Your your wise mind is having patience and the ability to be empathic and understanding, to be patient and being able to restrain yourself and to respond in a way that is appropriate and constructive. And the thing is, with the emotional mind and the practical mind, we tend to operate through either one of the two. We can operate out of both, but we're more likely to operate out of one more strongly than the other. We either are very practical and logical about things, but are still able to feel emotion, but we are more practical, more logical, or we are very emotional people. We get easily emotionally distressed and we're not able to always respond in a calm way. But sometimes we are able to see the severity, but we're more emotional. So it's either or, but the best thing you can do is combine the advantages of the two and respond out of your wise mind. Think through your wise mind. What is practical and logical, but still emotionally conducive, emotionally productive? So we do tend to respond either through the practical mind or the emotional mind. And neither is good or bad, but it's just more constructive and better to operate out of your wise mind. Both the wise mind and the emotional mind have their advantages. The wise mind allows you to understand things in a more practical way so you can be more calm and deal with the severity of the situation. So you are able to make well-informed, practical and logical decisions, and you are able to respond in a calm way. The emotional mind has its advantages too. It helps you feel more connected to people. It helps you understand what people are feeling in the circumstance, in the moment, and to be able to relate to them in an empathic way. And then both have their disadvantages as well. The practical mind makes you very cold. People see very practical and logical people as very, very cold and unfeeling and not really emotionally intelligent. And emotional mind also has its disadvantages. You react very quickly, you become easily emotionally distressed, you react in a way that is very emotional, and you could even make the situation worse because you are not aware of the severity and what is actually meaning in that situation. So both have their advantages and disadvantages. It's just about combining them and operating out of a healthier, more conducive part of the mind. And it's about finding the middle ground between them to operate with more stability. So you are more cognitively stable, the way you process your thoughts and engage in your thoughts, and you are more emotionally stable as well. So you are able to respond instead of reacting. So the wise mind is finding the stability between the two and to enforce stability in your life. When we respond through the emotional mind predominantly, we become unstable and erratic. Our emotions are completely all over the place, very intense, very severe, unregulated, dysregulated. But when we respond through the practical mind, we are seen as cold, neglecting, and not having creativity and empathy. So remember, if you operate out of the emotional mind or the practical mind, it may not always be the best, because if you operate out of the wise mind, you will know which situation requires practicality and which circumstance requires emotional intelligence. So remember, your wise mind brings stability into your life, and it's the best way that we can respond in a healthy way and make good, well-informed decisions. So remember, you are unique and valuable. Take care of that beautiful person. Stay strong wherever you're from. You are worthy.